जय कुंज बिहारी जय राधा माधवा जय कुंज बिहारी गोपी जन वल्लभा जय गिरिवरधारी जय गिरिवरधारी
जय गोपी जन वल्लभा जय गिरिवरधारी जय
गोपी जन वल्लभा जय गिरिवरधारी जय गिरिवरधारी
जय गोपी जन वल्लभा जय गिरिवरधारी जय
यशोधनन्दन व्रज जनरञ्जन 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 यमुना तीरावनचारी यमुना तीरावनचारी जय राधा माधवा जय कुंज बिहारी Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna,
Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare
Hare Rama, Hare Rama,
Rama Rama Hare Hare
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, जगन्नाथ बलदेव सुभद्रा महारानी की ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय
ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय
ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय
ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय
नारायणं नमस्कृत्य
नारायणं नमस्कृत्य
नरं चैव नरोत्तमं
नरं चैव नरोत्तमं
देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं
देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं
ततो जयमुदीरये।
ततो जयमुदीरये।
हे कृष्ण करुणा सिन्धु
हे कृष्ण करुणा सिन्धु
दीनबन्धु जगत्पते
दीनबन्धु जगत्पते
गोपेश गोपिका कान्ता
गोपेश गोपिका कान्ता
राधाकान्त नमोऽस्तुते
राधाकान्ता नमोऽस्तुते
तप्तकाञ्चन गौराङ्गी
तप्तकाञ्चन गौराङ्गी
राधे वृन्दावनेश्वरी
राधे वृन्दावनेश्वरी
वृषभानुसुते देवी
वृषभानुसुते देवी
प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये।
प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये।
जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य
जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य
प्रभु नित्यानंद
प्रभु नित्यानन्द
श्री अद्वैत गदाधर
श्री अद्वैत गदाधर
श्रीवासदि गौरभक्त वृंद
श्रीवासादि गौरभक्तवृन्द
हरे कृष्ण
हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण
कृष्ण हरे हरे
कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे
हरे राम
हरे राम
राम राम हरे हरे
राम राम हरे हरे
Hare Krishna. My humble pranams to all the assembled devotees meeting all the devotees for the first time, new to this place, new to this congregation. Thank you so much for sparing your time. So for next 3 days, we are going to discuss from Chatushloki Bhagavad Gita. In Bhagavad Gita as well as in Bhagavatam, there is this 4 key verses. If you take Bhagavatam, originally when Krishna spoke Bhagavatam to Brahma, it was only 4 verses. Chatushloki Bhagavatam. Then further, there are 2-3 tracks of Bhagavatam. Krishna spoke to Brahma, then to Narada, then Vyasa, Sukha, like that's one track. Another track is Krishna to Pippalaina Muni, then to what is the sage's name who had a conversation with Vidura, Maitreya, then Vidura, another track. So finally, the Bhagavatam which we have got now has got 18,000 shlokas. Bhagavad Gita which we have got now is 700 shlokas. Originally, it all started with 4 shlokas. If we don't learn this now, we may miss this yuga. We have to come back again. At that time, Bhagavad Gita may be another 5,000 shlokas. So better to learn now itself. Shankaracharya's famous shloka is there. Punarapi jananam, punarapi maranam, punarapi jatari janani shayanam iti samsara vimochana margam bhaja govindam govindam bhaja mudamate. This is the last train going to Vaikuntha or Goloka. And all the compartments are full. In the last compartment, couple of seats are available. So if we are intelligent, better reserve the seat and be on time to get inside the train. Or else the next train will come in some other kalpa. Bhagavatam will have 1 lakh shlokas. Bhagavad Gita will have thousands and thousands of shlokas. Already many devotees are struggling with Bhakti Shastri. We have never studied like that in our entire life. Somewhere in schools and all we have studied like that. So better to do it now. So these 4 shlokas of Bhagavad Gita is very interesting. In these shlokas, in the first and one more, Krishna is speaking about intelligence. There are 4 key verses of Bhagavad Gita. It comes in the 10th chapter. Bhagavad Gita has got 18 chapters. The first 6 chapters are Karma Yoga and the last 6 chapters are Jnana Yoga. And the middle portion is Bhakti Yoga. Jnana Yoga means it is not the jnana what we think. It is jnana towards liberation. The 18th chapter of Bhagavad Gita, in Sanskrit, it is called Moksha Sannyasa Yoga. Towards moksha. You all know coconut. I am from Kerala. Kerala is full of coconuts. There are 3 stages in coconut. The tender one, and the normal one, and the dry coconut. 3 stages. So the tender coconut, how much ever you try to scrap it, still it is stuck. Right? And the normal coconut, you put little energy, it will come out. The dry coconut, It is. After a certain period of time, the coconut just gets separated from the shell. The coconut is always inside the shell, but it is not stuck to the shell. So in our devotional life also, there are 3 stages. Initial stage, we will be chanting Hare Krishna, and while chanting we will be sleeping happily. So what happens after certain chanting of certain number of years, the fingers and the beads, they get married. The fingers and the beads get married. So the fingers get accustomed to the time frame. Exactly by the end of 7th or 8th minute, the 108 beads are pushed behind. The finger does it automatically whether you are aware or not. Hare Krishna, okay, today I have to do that. But the finger is moving. After a few minutes, wow, I finished. Right? All the 16 malas today, it was like very easy. We didn't pay attention only. It just goes off. So, we are chanting, but we are attached to so many things, name, fame, wealth, money. Is there one single devotee in this hall who is not attached to money? Anybody directly from Vaikuntha here? We are all attached to money. But somehow ISKCON devotees, we are expert in hiding our desires. We very politely, in very beautiful spiritual manner, we will express. Suddenly we get promotion, we get a hike, there is a salary increase. It's all Krishna's mercy. Suddenly there is a challenge in job and this and that. Then we don't see it as Krishna's mercy. What is the difference between a normal, am I boring you?
No.
Difference between a normal devotee like us and Goswamis. They could see both Papa and Punya equally. We see Punya as blessings of God. You buy a property, your wealth, your health, your beauty, your intelligence, all that punya we see as blessings of God. But when Papa, when tests, when challenges come, we are not able to see. Rupa Goswami's father, when he got the news that both of your sons have become Prime Minister of Nawab Hussain Shah, Rupa Goswami father ran straight and jumped into Godavari and calling out Krishna's name and praying, "My sons are polluted, please bless them." When he got the news that their sons have become Prime Minister of Nawab Hussain Shah, imagine you get the news that your son had become President of a country. You immediately go to Ganga, take a tip, "Oh, my son is polluted, contaminated." We will think, "Oh, it's all Krishna's blessings." Because Rupa Goswami and Sanatan Goswami are going to work under Nawab Hussain Shah, who is a meat eater. And my children are going to take money from him, take food from his money. So my children are polluted. So great personalities can see Papa and Punya equally. Can we do that? You have a servant maid in your house. After some time, you started preaching to that person. Then the servant maid starts chanting 16 rounds. Okay? Think very deeply and answer me. Will you see that person as a devotee or as a servant? She started chanting 16 rounds. Will you see that person as a devotee or as a servant?
Naturally,
Huh?
the
approach may change. If the person doesn't come on time, doesn't do the job properly, still you will say, Vancha kalpatarubhyasya, please come by time. Sometimes it's easy, but sometimes it's difficult, right? We may not. But you bring that person to your spiritual master and say, I started preaching to them and she's chanting now. How does the spiritual master say? Equally or as a servant?
Equally.
But we can't. Many times we fail. We speak Matra Sparshastu Kauteya, Sita Ushna, Sukha Dukkada. But in practice it's very difficult. We are very good, we are trained in expressing our ego in a humble way. We are trained in that. It's a long way from real devotion. So these 4 verses are very beautiful. So that's the stage of a tender coconut. Attached to material world, we also like this. We like Krishna consciousness, especially we like prasadam, part of Krishna consciousness. And many devotees consider our program as a social gathering. They would like to come in the best of our costumes. Some people put tilak with a ruler, nice, with 30-degree angle. All that, we are trained. But bhakti is a bit beyond that. That's a tender coconut stage, then there's a coconut stage, and the last one is a dry coconut. Bhagavad Gita speaks about Padma Patram Ivambasa, the lotus leaf which stays in the pond, it doesn't get stuck. So the Atma is inside this body, but Atma is never connected to the body. Completely aloof. So in which stage are we? Tender coconut, or dry? We are all tender coconut. Once what Maharaj gave an example about Socrates. Socrates was a great Western philosopher. He spoke about soul, Atma. There is a nice line in Bible. What is the profit of a man who earns the whole world at the cost of his soul? That's the point. You have everything, but you don't have spiritual knowledge. Socrates, they don't speak much about God, but they always speak about Atma, mind, all these things. And he's a very deep practitioner also. And any time he meets his friends, he will sit with them and talk about spirituality for hours and hours and hours together, and his wife usually gets irritated. And she starts murmuring, grumbling. I have one fool at my home and he has got another 4 fools now, and all sorts of things. Whenever he is discussing with his friends, his wife used to get irritated. And one day she came with a big pot of water. And he was sitting with his friend Socrates and discussing. All of a sudden she took that pot of water and dropped on his head. Poured water. Socrates was very calm. He said, till yesterday it was thundering and today it rained. We should understand the level of self-control to utter such a statement. Imagine we are there in the place of Socrates. How you would react? Mataji, how you would react? Your husband comes with a pot of water and drops on your head. We will all react very wildly, right? Socrates had a very high level sense. This is Atma Gyan. Understanding that everything happens by the will of Lord. Before we start this session, we will discuss a small lesson from Gajendra's life. Gajendra, in his previous life, he was Maharaja Indradyumna, Maharaj Indradyumna. Some point of time, he said, enough is This is very, very important in the life of a spiritualist. Prahlad said 50. At the age of 50, you should be started saying, enough. Krishna has provided everything. Now let me spend more time devoted to the Lord. And I'm sure nobody in this hall had touched 50. We are all like 13, 12, 15. Nobody has touched 50. Prahlad said, Panchavarsham Vanam Vrajet. The moment we touch 50, go to jungle. Right? That means, say, enough, thank you. I had in my life. Now I'm going to devote my maximum time for bhakti. So Indradyumna Maharaja felt enough. God has given everything. What do I lack? Everything God has given. There is a beautiful lesson taught by Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur, spiritual master of Srila Prabhupada. He said about a poor Daridra, poor man. Nobody was respecting him. Nobody bothered to wish him. People didn't even bother whether such a person exists. Suddenly a celebrity comes. We all go and take picture with him. Do we go and take picture with a beggar, a poor, homeless person? Come on, let me take a selfie with you. We want to be recognized with people who are acknowledged by this world. We want others to appreciate us. We want everyone to recognize us. Right? Even we upload our photos in Facebook, and what do we say? Please like, yeah, please like, please like. Begging for recognition. Like kids do that. When a small baby does something, does a painting, art or something, it will run to his mama and say, look, I did this. What do the kid expect? A recognition. Wow, you do the painting, so nice. Then the kid becomes very happy. We are all grown-up kids. We always expect recognition. Somebody should recognize me. In the last program, last festival, the management announced everybody's name. They left. I'm not going to come for the program anymore. They did not give me papat. They served papat for everybody, so no more programs. Immediately we get aloof. We want to be recognized. We want to be appreciated. So nobody appreciates and recognizes this poor man. And nobody even smiles at him. This is a story said by Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur. And suddenly he became rich one day. The moment he became rich, people start talking to him, they were smiling, wishing him and this and that, and he will politely bow down. And every day coming back home, he will enter a puja room and lock himself for hours and hours together. Then one day his wife asked him, what are you doing inside the puja room for so many hours? Earlier you were not praying. So she was peeping one day to find out what he is doing. He went in front of Lakshmi. He bowed down to Lakshmi and said, Mr. Shankar paid obeisances to you. Mr. Ramesh wished you. Mr. Patel inquired about you. And wife said, they all inquired about Lakshmi. Then he said, no, they paid obeisances and wishes to me. Then what are you doing? Till yesterday, no one in this world was recognizing me. All of a sudden, people are recognizing me. People pay wishes to me. They are not paying wishes to me. They are paying wishes to the Lakshmi I possess. So I sincerely transfer those wishes to Lakshmi. And Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur said, a devotee should be like that. People are respecting us because we are chanting Krishna's. Speak about Krishna. Do nice kirtan, singing the glories of the Lord. So we should be so humble to just transfer those recognition. So Maharaja Indradyumna thought like that. Enough. I had everything, got everything in this world. And all of a sudden, one day he decided, let me renounce this world. And Indradyumna Maharaja went to jungle and sat on meditation. That was the time the sage Agastya came. very powerful sage Agastya, a great Shiva Bhakta. He had tens and thousands of disciples. Anybody been to Badrinath, Kedarnath in Himalayas? Oh, kind of. If you go to Kedarnath, when you start climbing, there is a temple called the Triyugi Narayan Temple near Gaurikund, Triyugi Narayan. That is the place where Lord Shiva and Parvati's wedding took place. So everybody went to attend the wedding. Shiva told Agastya Muni, go towards south. Because the whole world has assembled in the north for wedding, the planet could tilt. So Agastya, you go to south and stand in meditation so that you can balance the planet. And Agastya was one powerful sage. He went down to the south of the planet and stood on meditation. Very powerful. So Maharaja Indradyumna was in deep meditation. Agastya walked by. Then Agastya saw this king and he felt a little bad, insulted. Till yesterday he was just a king. All of a sudden today he became a big saint. Look at him sitting like a mad elephant, not paying respects to me. I'm coming with my 10,000 disciples. Why can't he just bow down? But Indradyumna was in deep meditation and he was not aware of the fact that the sage is walking by. And Agastya got so wild. He cursed, hey great Indradyumna, you will take birth as a mad elephant, white elephant, Gajendra. How many of you were blamed for the mistakes which you have not done in life? Anybody got blamed? Only one person. We all would have come across something like that. This is a beautiful lesson. And immediately after hearing the curse, Maharaj Indradyumna opened his eyes and he was completely bewildered, astonished. What mistake I did? And why could a person like Agastya should curse me? Of course, he is not a normal person, he is a Mahatma. Very deeply, Maharaja Indradyumna thought and he came out with two answers. What happened? One, this could be my results of karma. Karma phala. Results of what I have done in my previous life. Or the reason number two, it is all Krishna's plan. Either it is my past karma or it is Krishna's leela. Either way I am happy because my past karma is getting burnt away. Or Krishna had chosen me for some particular leela. Immediately he got up, ran towards Agastya, caught his feet and told a great sage Agastya, I don't know why you cursed me, but definitely nothing could go waste from a celebrated personality like you. Thank you so much for cursing, punishing. Imagine you are closed, with the closed eyes, you are chanting very deeply and somebody comes and gives one slap to you. You open your eyes and say, thank you so much. You know, the level of spiritual self-control a devotee has to say that statement. Imagine we were in the position of Indradyumna Maharaja. What will we do? We will curse back Agastya. You become an elephant. Why elephant? You become a donkey. You become a monkey. You know? We can, Chanakya said, we can never put down fire with fire. Can we put down fire with fire? When there is fire, we should become water. Right? It's very important. As per Ayurveda, every moment you get anger, you lose 12 minutes in life. The moment you get anger, how many minutes you lose? 12 minutes. We all know our grandparents were easily living for 90, 95, 100 years old. All our nana, nanis, grannies, 100, 102, 104, easily, very easily. I remember at the age of 90, my grandmother used to climb the jackfruit tree and pluck jackfruits. Appa, terrific energy she had at the age of 90. Now, brought down our lifespan. Prana. Praya. Praya means lifespan. Prana means breath. As per scriptures, Garuda Puran, our lifespan is not counted by days and months, it's counted by breath. Suppose somebody asks, what is your age? We say 45, 50, 60, 52, 13, 14. We say in terms of days, months and year. Yes or no? Yeah. But actually it is wrong. Our lifespan is measured by breath. Prana, swasa, uchvasa. Inhaling and exhaling, prana. Right? So for example, when a devotee, Prabhuji's name? Sridhar Das Prabhu. Imagine Brahma had given him 32,56,365 breath. Now it is up to him whether to breathe it fast or slow. That's why Gita says, don't get into the mode of passion and ignorance. Kama Krodha. There are shlokas and shlokas in Bhagavad Gita speaking about Kama Krodha again and again and again. Kama yesha, Krodha yesha, Kama Krodha, Vimuktanam, Kama is because these two things will reduce my lifespan as well as health. For if you get anger for a moment, you lose 12 minutes in your lifespan. See the modern fast life. What has happened? When we get anger, how do we breathe? You breathe so fast and you die so fast. You know? The fast life is like earlier days people were doing yoga so happily. They inhale pranayama, they don't leave the air out so fast, they hold it for seconds and minutes, then slowly they breathe. Which living entity lives for a longer span? Which is the living entity which lives for a longer span? Tortoise. 150. Have you seen tortoise in Radhakund? You go to Vrindavan, Radhakund, Shyamkund, you have to wait there for 30 minutes, 45 minutes. If you're lucky, you will see a tortoise. Tortoise is like double, 4 times of this huge ones. And they say they are yogis inside Radhakund, happily meditating on Radha Shyam Sundar pastime. And once in few minutes they come out and they take a breath and they go inside. Very aram, se peaceful, nothing disturbs them in this world. Let the sky crack and fall upon my head. Happily Hare Krishna. They live for 150 years, 200 years, 300 years. Tortoise. Because they control the breath. And what do? All the Matajis and all, everybody know. Even cats and dogs also go to gym nowadays. You know, once Bhanu Maharaj said, there is a gym for cats and dogs and it's called Doga. Yoga for a dog is Doga. All the dogs will stand. Right? So modern day, what we go for gym and what you breathe fast and you do it fast. Everything has become fast, and every moment we get anger, 12 minutes in your lifespan is reduced. So God has given 100. That's 100 years for Kali Yuga. We have successfully brought it down to 60 plus. In another 25-30 years, what will happen? Bhagavatam has predicted, Prayena alpayusha sabya kalau vasmin yuge janaha manda sumanda matayo manda bhagyahi prayena alpayusha. So Garuda Purana and Kali Santarna Upanishad says, towards the end of Kali Yuga, the maximum lifespan of a human being will become 25 to 30. We see that nowadays. Girls get matured at a very, very young age. And by 40, over, done. Backache, the spinal cord problems, spondylitis, everything. By 40, finished. Prayena alpayusha sabya kalavasmin yugechanaha mandas, all fools in Kali Yuga. But they act as though they are very intelligent. Manda, Sumanda, Mandabhagyahi, an unfortunate situation of Kalika. So Gajendra very deeply thought, why should Agastya curse? Why a person like Agastya is not a normal man? Why should he come and curse me? And he came out with two answers. Karma Phala or Krishna's pastime. So very politely Agastya, Indradyumna Raja went and told Agastya, thank you so much for cursing. So Agastya was taken aback. I cursed this person and he is coming with a smiling face and thanking me. Then Agastya came to a conclusion. Definitely he is a great soul. Oh sorry Indradyumna, I have cursed you. I can't take the curse back, but I can do a bit of correction. You will definitely take birth as an elephant, but by the end of your life, Narayana will personally come, hold your fingers and take you back to Vaikuntha. Now it is a curse or a blessing? Because Indradyumna was such a self-controlled spiritualist, he converted that curse into a blessing. Imagine we were there at that place. We would have cursed, we would have brought that curse into immediate effect. We are so intelligent, we got that. So, spirituality is very, very important. Even in our day-to-day life, it is very important. Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur said, we take care of our children so nicely, we teach them, give them education so much. But unless we give them spiritual education, it is all a zero, meaningless. I am sure many of you have studied in India and here, right? How many of you have studied your what do you say that algorithms and all that, cos theta, tan theta, a plus b the whole square, you all learned them? How many of you are using that in your life? A plus b, take bindi in the kitchen and a plus b. 80% of what we have learned in our life, are we using that? Are you using World War #2 at home? Panipat War? Anything, Prithviraj Chauhan or anything are you using? A plus b the whole square? Sin theta, cos theta? Zero. But Bhagavatam and Gita says, control your anger. Smile at the times of challenge. How nature finds out the real consciousness of ours. When we are happy in a satsang, every one of us look like a Vaikuntavasi always. Hari Bol Prabhuji, how are you? But when life challenges you, when life squeezes, when you squeeze a lemon, you won't get a mango juice. You will get a lemon juice only. When situations challenges, when there is a demanding situation, when your life partner is questioning and fighting, whatever consciousness you emit is the real you. Is that person a Vaishnava? No. One wild demon will come out, standing on the stoves and screaming all sorts of things. That's all. So how many of you have lost 12 minutes today? Nobody Prabhuji got angry today? The moment you get anger, you lose 12 minutes. And Indradyumna could convert that curse into a blessing. That is real spirituality. Right? What we put in practice. Once there was a session going on in a house. They had a parrot in a cage. So after the session, the acharya, the teacher will ask all of them, do you have any questions? People had so many questions. And the parrot also asked a question. I had a question. And the teacher said, okay, what's your question? How can I get out of the cage? That's a question asked by parrot. So the moment the teacher, the guru heard the question, he fell down unconscious. And people were wondering, hey, what happened to him? He fell unconscious. So that's it. The next day the session started. They came and they saw the parrot is dead inside the cage. And everybody is wondering, what is this? The parrot is dead. It asked a question yesterday, now it's dead. And the host became very unhappy, disturbed, and he opened the cage. The moment he opened the cage, the parrot flew away. Only parrot learned the lesson properly. What question the parrot asked?
How can I get out?
How can I get out? And what answer the sage gave? The moment you say no, enough, I had enough in my life. I lived for 60 years. Krishna has given me enough money, enough wealth, enough security, nice blessings in the form of children, everything, enough. Then, praya, when prana, when it goes out, beautiful shloka sang by Kulashekara Alvar in, Mukunda Mala. What is the first line I forgot? It's very dear to Srila Prabhupada also. Prabhupada quotes that shloka. It comes like Kanta avarodhana vido smaranam kutaste. What's the first line? Krishna tvadiya pada pankaja panjaranta adyaiva vishatume manasa rajahamsa prana prayana samaye kapavata pittau kanta avarodhana vido smaranam kutaste. Krishna, when the prana, when the life air leaves my body, kapavata pittau kanta, it will catch my neck. I won't be able to think of you. But now I am able to think of you. So take my life now itself. What a prayer. We can never pray like that. He said, so immediately take my life air out because I am able to think of you now. So death is kapavata pittau. I don't know how many of you have witnessed. Anyway, so the sage, the teacher gave the answer to the parrot. When you are materially dead, you are spiritually qualified. Right? Like Kunti Maharani prayed. Vipataha Shantuta Shashvat Tatra Tatra Jagat Guru Bhavato Darshanam Yahi Apunar Bhavadarshanam Krishna. My children were fed with poison. Visha. Maha Agni. When they were sleeping, the whole house was set in fire. Purushada Darshana. The Kauravas were sending demons after demons to kill my children. Asat Sabhaya, in a wrong assembly, my daughter-in-law was disrobed. Vanavasa Krichut, after that they were sent to jungle for 12 years. What an amount of pain my children had faced. But Krishna, at the end of every misery, you were there. If you promise me that you will come again and give me darshan, I am ready to go through all these troubles again. Are we able to pray like that? Krishna, let my apartment be in fire. Somebody feed poison to my children. But if you are giving me darshan, it is okay. Will we be able to pray like that? Never. We can't even think like that. What a level of bhakti Kunti Maharani had to pray like that. So this death is an amazing thing. It's a beautiful thing. I don't know whether you have witnessed death in a village. I'm sure you don't have a possibility here. But in India, back in village, witnessing death is a wonderful lesson. Because the person who is going to die and the animals can see Yamadutas coming. Two handsome personalities will come on a buffalo. Copper-colored hair, copper-colored eyes. The moment we see them, we will die. They're so scary, these two Yamadutas. And they will bring a rope, and that rope is called Pasha. Pasha means bondage. Anybody from Tamil? No? Tamil Nadu? In Tamil, Pasam means bondage. Pasam means the name of Yama's rope. Like Krishna has Sudarshan and all these things. Yama has Pasha, rope. So the Yamadutas will bring this rope and they can tie the Atma, the special rope, they grab the Atma with us. And the birds and animals in that village or in the countryside can witness Yamadutas come. So the dogs at that particular time will not bark, rather it will howl. Anybody has witnessed these things? Village, Prabhuji, couple of you. It will start howling. Then normally dogs will bark, but on that particular moment, ooh, it will start howling. They could see Yamadutas, so scary they are. And if there's a cow or calf in the village, it will break the rope and it will run away. And the birds will all flatter and disappear from the trees. No animals will be there. And they could see, and the man on the deathbed can also see Yamadutas coming. So Yamadutas will tie the soul. The more we are attached to this material world, the more painful death will be. I am talking about non-devotees, okay? Because I could see some devotees got really scared. We are talking about non-devotees, because devotees who are chanting Krishna's name, even you sleep and chant Krishna's name, also Krishna will save us. So nothing to worry, you know. So it's for non-devotees. The more we are attached to this material world, the more painful death will be. Is it easy to uproot a grass, or is it easy to uproot a banyan tree? Which one is easier? Because the banyan tree will have roots, sometimes it's to the next village also. In Kolkata, there is a famous banyan tree. It's like a tourism spot. Huge banyan tree in the Victoria Park in Kolkata. In the last 300 years, the tree has walked 50 meters. The banyan tree has walked 50 meters. Amazing, this tree. Even today you can see the tree. Because the tree has got that roots hanging. After some time the roots will go, and that becomes the strong, the old ones will dry. Then the new ones will come, the old one will dry, and the tree moved 50 meters. So it's very difficult to uproot a banyan tree. The roots are extended to kilometers and kilometers. So the man who is very attached, grabbing the soul makes it painful. So they come with that pasha, that rope, snatch the soul and just pull it. So if we are standing next to the dying man, he will be so scared. They will catch us, children, son, daughter, they will cry. Sometimes you can feel their nail piercing your body. They will hold you out of fear, or they will hold the cot, and we don't know what is happening. We will drop some water and rub their chest and like that. And they tie the Atma, and Yamadutas grab, and you can see the body will be thrown once like that. And what happens? Soul leaves through the 9 gates of the body. Navadvare pure dehi. But for a yogi who is attaining liberation, Atma goes through Brahmarandra, the top of your head. We all have got one spot where the hair doesn't grow. It's called Brahmarandra. The soul leaves through that. For them there is no, I'm not talking about devotees once again. So yogi is for them the soul will be. But for a man who is materially attached, the soul will leave through the 9 gates of the body. And if you deeply examine the dead body, you can see a drop of blood there. Somewhere in the eye, nose. We can sense the soul has left. Punarapi jananam, punarapi maranam. It takes 11 to 16 days to reach Yama space. 11 to 16 days. Because there are 7 lower planetary systems. Atala, Vitala, Sutala, Talatala, Mahatala, Rasatala, Patal. Patal is the place where Yama's court is there. So what happens, as per Bhagavad Gita, how many bodies we have? 3. 2. Gross and subtle. So at the time of death, you leave your gross body. And the subtle body is taken. And it takes 11 days to 16 days according to the degree of sin. It takes 11 to 16 days to enter Patal, the Yama's court. Even Bible speaks about it, the judgment day and all these things. There's a court. Then Yamaraj has got a wonderful assistant. He's got amazing capacity of memory. What's his name? Chitragupta. Records whatever you have done last Tuesday, Friday, evening, 7 o'clock, what you have thought, what you have done, everything he has recorded. And very politely he will come and say, this Mataji on May 13th, evening 7 o'clock, thought bad about such and such devotee. She was not happily serving such and such devotee. All that he will read off. Pura list he will read. Then Yama will give another body called Yatana Sharira. Gross body, subtle body. At the time of death, we lost the gross body. Now, third body is given called Yatana. Yatana means pain. It's pain. So then we have taken, as per Bhagavad Gita, 21 chambers in hell, Garuda Puran 24, 27, but definitely there are different chambers, Suchi Mukha, if you are a banker, they will stitch you in a sewing machine, up and down. Suchi Mukha, Antata, Mishra, Tataivam, Rauravam, Kumbhipakam, all sorts of things. But the speciality, beauty of that place is, they will break our fingers. The fingers will not be broken. But the pain we will experience if the fingers were broken. This body is just meant for experiencing pain, but nothing will happen to the body. It's called Yatana Sharira. All the jackals and crocodile, they all come and eat your intestine and everything. Nothing will happen to that body, but we will experience the pain alone. It is called Yatana Sharira. So, for a Brahman who worshipped God or had little faith in Devi Devatas and doing some puja, doing little charity, for him it will take 11 days to reach the hell because he has not surrendered to Narayana. There's a shloka. The shloka which they chant when they burn a dead body. What is it? It ends with Narayana iti samarpaya. Kayena vacha manasendriyaiva buddhyatmana va prakrite svabhava karomi anyat sakalam parasmai narayana iti samarpayami. Then the sun licks the body. Oh Narayana, my grandfather, father, whoever is passed away. Kayena, by body, by mind. Kayena vacha, by words. Manasa, mind. Indriya, senses. Kayena vacha manasendriyaiva. Adhyatmana va prakrite svabhava, by his habits, by his character, by his action, by all that mean, he might have served you or may not. But Lord, please accept all his actions as a devotional service to you and accept him at your lotus feet. Karomi anyat sakala parasmai narayana iti samarpayami, and burn the dead body. Somehow he accepts it because he has to go and take birth again and again, punarapichanana. So it will take 11 days to reach the hell, and if you are a really sinful person, it will take 16 days. And in this 11 to 16 days, the children are supposed to pray to Narayana again and again and again. Chant for the parents, read Bhagavatam for them. Krishna, they have given me birth. I can never repay the debt towards them. Somehow accept them, and the sons, the children, they chant the 16 days. Then the punishment starts after 16 days with the Yatana Sharira. Body is broken 100 times and put it together again, and this and that. And after the whole punishment period, the Atma is transferred to Pitruloka. There we are hanging upside down in a tamarind tree waiting for the next body. Waiting for the next body. It depends on the Papa Punya what we have done. Whatever we have done. Right? Somebody who's so fond of eating fish. Yam yam vapi smaran bhavam tejattante kalaivaram tam tame vaiti Arjuna. Whatever mode of consciousness you were at the time of death. Somebody thinks of, okay, if I'm from Kerala, in Kerala 99% of the people eat fish. And balance 1% eat chicken. So everybody eats. So he gets a kingfisher body. As per Garuda Puran, he gets kingfisher body. What body a person will get. In India, it's so famous, stealing chappal from the temple. So it happened. I'm sure it won't happen here. But in India, how many of you have got this experience of losing chappal in India? Almost everybody. And some people are very intelligent. Leave one and other pair somewhere there, and definitely that's gone. So the person who steals shoes, umbrella, walking stick, chappal, they take birth as sheep for one lifetime. And they give their fur to make all these things. One lifetime they have to take birth as sheep. Amazing. Who takes birth as monkeys in spiritual places? You go to Vrindavan, full of monkeys. You go to any holy place in India, you will see monkeys. But you don't see in any other place. Only in holy places. You go to Ayodhya, you go to Kashi, you can see monkeys and monkeys. Why monkeys in holy places? He is interested in spiritual life, at the same time he has got kama, desire. Some people have got both. Spiritual person also, uncontrollable desire also. So that soul will take birth one lifetime as monkeys in holy places. Vrindavan, Mayapur, Navadvip, Ayodhya. Everybody, punarapi jananam, punarapi maranam, punarapi jagani, janani shayanam, iti samsara vimochana margam, bhaja govindam, govindam bhaja mudamate. Purva janma kritam papam vyadi rupena jayate. Who gets ulcer? It's explained in Garuda Purana. When somebody is eating food, prasad, you go and hurt them by your words when they are eating. Next slide, you will get ulcer, stomach diseases. That's why when people are taking food, we should always speak nice things, pleasing things. If you have got nothing to speak, put Prabhupada's Hare Krishna and eat. Eating time, we should never discuss serious topics. Earlier days when ISKCON was incorporated, Prabhupada had this habit of taking prasad, sitting against the wall and looking at the wall and taking. He had this habit in initial days. Very, very strange one. Prabhupada will take his food, sit against the wall, look at the wall. He doesn't want to see anybody and talking. Then later on when ISKCON grew big and many devotees, then Prabhupada used to sit with devotees. Otherwise he will sit alone against the wall and take this. Because while taking food, we should be very careful not to speak, because you get ulcer. The next slide. Purva janma kritam papam vyadi rupena jayate. Never hurt people. So that's a big list. So after, from Yama's planet, the soul is transferred to Pitraloka, where Aryama is the ruler. Anybody who is doing Havan, they know this word Aryama. Aryama is the king of Pitraloka. So the Pitri is waiting for their sons and daughters, especially son. He is hanging upside down and seeing whether my son is chanting holy name, whether my son is worshipping Narayana, whether he is offering food to Krishna and feeding others. If he does all that, the soul will get human body. So the father, the ancestors are patiently, anxiously waiting to see what their sons and grandsons are doing. The sons don't chant Krishna's name, don't neither go to temple nor offer food, nothing. So that also falls as Pitrishapa. Then so many lifetimes as animals and birds and all that, and finally one lucky couple whose karma matches with my karma become my parents. One among thousands. That is why we can never repay the debt to parents. We should never disobey our parents except the fact if they tell you not to surrender to Krishna. Only if they say you can go against, like Prahlad. Always polite to his father. Father gave him poison and said, drink my dear son. He happily drank. With Mahaprasad Govinda, he drank of the poison. He never went against his parents. He went against his parents on only one particular thing, that they said, don't surrender to Hari. That's all. A son or daughter should never hurt their parents. You know what happened to Parshurama? He was in Himalayas, meditating for years and years, and he came back. He met his father, Jamadagni. He was glowing with spiritual effulgence of so many years, severe tapasya. He wanted to share the happy news with his father and mother. He came running and said, my dear father, I want to share you this. But when he came home, he saw father standing in one corner and his mother and 4 brothers standing on the other end. He did not know what is happening. He bowed down to his father. Father said, chop your mother's neck and all the 4 brothers. He took his axe and chopped the tuck. He didn't wait for a split second. Then Jamadagni became very happy. My dear son, what boon you want? I want my mother and 4 brothers back. But he obeyed his father. And how can a son or a daughter repay the debt towards the parents? Only one way he can repay, by taking them to the holy places. When they are elderly, we are supposed to take them. In Ramayana, you know about Shravan Kumar? Shravan Kumar was carrying his blind parents to all the pilgrimage places. And people were laughing at him. Shravan, what are you doing? You are carrying your blind mother. What can they see? They go to Kashi and what do they see? Then Shravan Kumar said, holy places are not to be seen, should be felt by the heart, experienced. That's the only way. And the Pitra is waiting and waiting, like my son do this, like my daughter, and they don't do. And it falls as Pitra shut on them. Then they wait, and after many, many years, fortunately a couple come together whose karma matches with my karma. Then I enter the mother's womb. And it is a science. Mother has got 2 bags inside her belly. One is food bag, another is the baby bag, womb and this thing. And it's connected through umbilical cord. And the baby breathes to the cord. Liquid oxygen goes and all that. And what the mother does, eat all the non-vegetarian stuff. Chili pakoda, onion bhaji. She eats everything. And the baby is upside down. You know, we're all upside down. With the hands, you know. That's why the hands got separated from top of the head. That's why we read the palm. It's like what is written on your head. You know, in South they say Talaiduthu and all they say. In Tamil and all they say Talaiduthu. The fate, what is written on your head, reflects on your palm. That's why we go to an astrologer and say, I won't read my palm. Because hands get separated from the head. The leg gets separated. And till the end of 5th month, the baby is sleeping. It's sleeping. By the end of 5th month, baby regains the consciousness. And whatever mother does reflects the consciousness, influences the consciousness of the baby. From where Prahlad heard Bhagavatam? From Kayatu's womb. From where did Abhimanyu learn about Chakravyuha? Yeah. Mother doesn't chant Krishna's name, doesn't read Bhagavad, Ramayana, Mahabharata, the mother will deliver a Bin Laden or some terrorist. Only he will come out. Very important. Right? Why? Bhagavatam speaks about Hiranyakashipu and Hiranyaksha. Why they took birth as demons? Because when she conceived their mother, what's her name? Didi. When Didi conceived, she was completely influenced by passion. Kashyapa advised, no, this is Sandhya time. This time, 3 Sandhyas, all the Sandhyas are spent or dedicated for remembering Guru and Krishna. Dhyayam stuvams tasya yasyas Risandhyam. Who is a real Brahmana? Who is a real Vaishnava? All the 3 Sandhyas, he sits and meditates about Guru and Krishna. Oh my dear Didi, this is a time meant for that. What are you? But not a piece of advice entered her head. She was so adamant, so influenced by passion. Then Kashyapa said, okay, granted. And the first two demons of this world took birth. Then she repented, banged on her head and chest and cried and begged towards Lord Shiva, I did a mistake, please forgive me. Because she repented, Kashyapa said, okay, don't worry, your sons will be the worst demons of this world, but your grandson will be the greatest devotee of the Lord. Diti was the reason for the demon as well as Prahalad, because immediately her consciousness got purified. So they standing hanging upside down in Pitruloka, waiting for their sons to do something. Then luckily, if I'm come, then the baby enters the womb, and from 5th month, whatever mother thinks, the reflection of the baby absorbs. So if the baby is naughty, baby is completely gone wrong, don't beat him, don't scold him. Who is the reason for that? Parents also got a percentage on that. Very important. Then, from the 5th month, by special blessings of Paramatma, he gets a small tinge of memory on what has happened in many, many lifetimes. In the womb, the baby gets a special blessings. A small memory the baby is given by Paramatma, what and all has happened in the previous. Then the baby knows, oh, I have become a bull in Africa. Before that I was in Mongolia. Then before that I was in China. Then I was in Naraka. Then he was a cockroach in India. Then everything he remembers. Then in the womb, the baby promises again and again to Paramatma, this is my last birth, Lord. I will get out and I will not forget you even for a split second. I will chant your name. I will remember you. I promise you. I promise you. I promise you. At the end of the 9th month, happy birthday to you. And the devotee says, please chant Hare Krishna. Who is God? Have you seen God? Punarapi Janana goes on. What an amazing. Govinda Jaya Jaya Gopala Jaya Jaya Radha Ramana Hari Govinda Jaya Jaya
Govinda Jaya Jaya Gopala Jaya Jaya Radha Ramana Hari Govinda Jaya Jaya
Govinda Jaya Jaya Gopala Jaya Jaya Radha Ramana Hari Govinda Jaya Jaya
Govinda Jaya Jaya Gopala Jaya Jaya Radha Ramana Hari Govinda Jaya Jaya
Govinda Jaya Jaya Gopala Jaya Jaya Radha Ramana Hari Govinda Jaya Jaya
Govinda Jaya Jaya Gopala Jaya Jaya Radha Ramana Hari Govinda Jaya Jaya
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram,
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram
So these four shlokas are the Chatushloki Bhagavatam. In